bonjour. How are you? Hi, all the fans. Hi, all the fans worldwide and all the fans of Miss Face of Humanity organization and Miss Face of Humanity Canada. Louise Misako. I'm honored to have her tonight in my program, and I would love to present her point of view and her advocacy in my live program. It's very interesting indeed. So please, all the fans worldwide, especially my fans, okay? Please welcome a beautiful lady with the cause, Louise Misako, Miss Face of Humanity Canada 2021 from France. She's, now she stay in France, okay? So thank you indeed, Louise, for visiting my program. Would you mind to say hi to all my fans and your fans, and definitely tell about yourself a little bit before we going deep in yourself?
Okay, so hi, Mabuhay. Did I say it right?
Yes.
So hi everyone, thank you for watching. So my name is Louise Misako. I represent Canada for Miss Face of Humanity. But for now, I am in France. I went here for the holidays because I am from France origin, but I was born in Japan. So I'm kind of the citizen of the world.
Okay, that's nice indeed. So, all the fans, I would love to mention a bit. Okay, Louis is actually French. Okay, French native, but she became Canadian through nationalized process 80 years ago, and she knew that there's a lot of hard work need to be done until you get the citizenship. So that's why she would love to advocate and would love to promote, okay, immigration right. Uh-huh. Everybody deserves to have a better life. So it doesn't it it it's no wrong if someone seek something new in the new territory. But at least she would love to say what kind of challenge you're going to experience and what channel you should go through until to get everything achieved. She is the one who already been there done that. So I got the right person. Okay. Thank you indeed, Royce, and I'm honored indeed to have you. So Royce, your advocacy is very interesting indeed. Okay, immigration rights is outstanding. I can tell you. And first of all, definitely we are in the beauty pageant business. So I would love to know why you choose to compete in Miss Face of Humanity, and why you chose to represent Canada.
Okay, so first of all, Miss Face of Humanity doesn't like to be called as a pageant. We called ourselves as a global showcase because we think that we are more than pageants. And this is firstly what I liked when I applied the first time. So the reason why I choose Canada over France or over my native country is because um, I don't consider myself as a French now. I am Canadian because
Mm,
I've done all the process, and now as an adult, I choose what I want to be. So I want to be a Canadian, and I'm proud to live there. And this is why I choose to represent Canada. And also my advocacy, I started to advocate for Canadian immigrants a long time ago during my process, which has been very hard and painful. I met a lot of people and I realized that, okay, my situation is bad, but the situation of many other is even worse than my case. So I wanted to help them. And during my process, I helped people. I shared my story and my experience to help them and to avoid them the problem I had myself. And so when I applied for Miss Face of Humanity, I said, okay, my advocacy is immigration. I was already linked with an organization called Le Québec, c'est nous aussi. It's in the province of Quebec. They
mm,
defend the right of the immigrants in that province. Because in Canada, all the province can have different process to immigrate for the federal, you know. So the province of Quebec is one of the hardest province to immigrate. So I immigrate through that province, and so I linked with that organization. And when I applied for Miss Face of Humanity, I said, okay, I'm already working a bit with that organization, and
Mm,
through my title, I want to do more. And when they choose me as Canada's ambassador, I start my platform. It's an Instagram account. It's called Face of Immigrants, and I share one face at a time, immigrants' profiles, stories, and testimony, because I want people to understand the value we as immigrants bring to a North country like Canada. And also, I don't like the term immigration, this word, to be mentioned negatively. I want to that word to be mentioned positively, because immigration, I'm convinced of that. It's good. We bring value to another country, and we are not fine numbers. I want people to understand when we talk about immigration, it's not fine numbers, it's human. And as a Miss Face of Humanity, I want to represent that. We are not file numbers. Beyond file, they are humans. We are humans.
mm, okay, right. So, Louis, what do you think? I mean, what is your point of view? Okay, toward the the dynamic of the world in terms of immigrations. Would you see the trend, the upward trend of immigration in the world, or would you see it going to decreasing or just stable?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. Sorry.
Okay, I'm asking you, what would you see in the future? Is that going to be an upward trend? I mean, increase in immigration
Okay.
throughout the world, or it's going to be decreasing trending of immigration throughout the world?
Okay. So you are talking about the like the move of people from some
Yeah,
country to other
yeah,
country. Okay.
yeah.
What can I say about Canada? Firstly, is that the population is aging. So we need immigration. We need young forces, like just to replace the people. And just now we are in a labor shortage in Canada. So we need workers now. When we talk about immigration, it's just because it's a question of life, you know.
Mm,
And for other countries, like they are not my countries, so I can't speak about other countries. But what I can say is just to restate the word you say. They are really great. It's like everyone deserves a better life. Everyone deserves to go. It's human right. You know, you can go where you want. If you think you're gonna have a better life out
mm,
there in another country, just do it. It's not going to be easy. There will be a lot of obstacles along the way, but I can say that I survived to all the obstacles I had in my life, and now I am proudly a double citizen of two countries. So it's worth it.
mm. Okay, right. There's some question from fans. Okay, uh, okay, because it's quite. I can tell you in Asia, okay, especially under COVID, we feel that we need a better life, okay, and a lot of people just seeking like moving, okay, even though it might not get to the level like immigrate, okay, at least moving for work, okay. So, Louis, you have been Canadian for 8 years.
No, no, no,
Might you
no, no, no. I just become. I just have my official Canadian status 6 months ago.
last
Before
July?
that, I was in a study permit, work permit. permanent residence.
Okay.
I went to all the visa
Okay,
that can
understand.
be.
Okay, so all the fans, I would love to correct what I'm saying. Okay, she just became a full Canadian citizen last July. So probably about 6 or 7 months. Okay, but before that, she has been gone through all the legal process to earn the citizenship. So Louis, how do you feel about the degree, the right you earned between now you are a full candidate and before you like alien who actually work in Canada. So how many different how many periods that you get that actually are they different? Do you feel different between now and then?
Oh yeah, I feel really, really different. Really,
Okay, tell
really
the
different.
fans.
Yeah. Uh, Sorry, what is your question?
So I said that. So you feel different. How can you explain? Okay, what kind of period or what kind of treatment that you feel that you get better conditions as a citizen instead of alien who work in the in the new country.
Okay. Man, it's just the end of the process, so I'm really glad it's finished because
Mm,
it's just horrible to wait for papers that
mm,
never arrive.
mm,
And this is why I choose that advocacy because it can just turn in a nightmare. I can prove that, and I can also um, mention something that for the Miss Face of Humanity global showcase, sisters didn't have their visa, and this is why the global showcase was postponed from the 11th of December to this April. So
mm,
I wrote to them. Nothing, nobody and me can understand better what you are like suffering right now. It's just horrible when it's impact a dream. So
mm,
yeah, I finished to mention that, and so yeah, I'm really glad the process is finished. And
mm,
what can I say? When I arrived, I was just a student. I
mm,
pursue my master degree in
mm,
Canada, and I liked the country. I liked how people are. In France, we are really in the judgment. Um, we are sometimes mad with each other, and in Canada, it's a really love and a really peaceful country where everyone can be who they want. And
mm,
also, as a woman, I felt safer in Canada than in France. So it's my own story. Maybe some women uh, can feel safe in France. I don't know, but me, I felt safer in Canada. So for all those reasons, I felt really good there, and I decided to stay. So I started to work. I had 1, 2 work permits, and then I applied for permanent residence, and now
mm,
I have my official Canadian status. So I just grew. Since 8 years, I grew. I love the country even more, and now I'm like convinced that the rest of my life will be in Canada and not in France, only for holidays and vacation to see my family.
mm. Okay. So, Louis, how? I mean, at the beginning, how come did you come? Did you come to work in Canada? What brought you to Canada at the first place?
It was for my studies. I am an architect, so I did my bachelor in France, and then I wanted to explore new subjects,
Mm,
especially in architecture. And
mm,
I heard about Laval University in Quebec City, so I chose to move there to pursue my master's degree. And I really loved my subject, really loved the university, the city, the teachers, and so I decided to apply for a new master. So I have two masters.
Mm, mm,
So I stayed there 4 years, more than 4 years. I got my two masters, and then I moved to Montreal. Now I'm living in Montreal as a worker in architecture since 3 years.
mm, mm. Right, right. Okay. So, first of all, when everyone is just like it is, like a human nature. When you advocate something, that's mean you experience some hardship in that, and you would
Mhm.
love to facilitate for someone else in a
Yeah.
better condition. So in the process, what kind of hardship did you get until you feel that, oh, you just can't sit still, you need to advocate for someone else?
Okay, but I would say it started when I came firstly to Canada, because I thought that when I just did my study permit, it was complicated. You have to apply, so I just said for the province and after for the federal. So it's really crazy. And it was before the pandemic. So now with the pandemic, I heard so many people telling me like it's even worse now. We have to wait like twice or thrice longer than uh, a couple of years ago.
Mm,
So it all started when I came firstly, and it's funny to think of that, but um, I don't know how to say it in English, but like every time I applied for a new visa, it got
mm,
longer every
mm,
time.
mm,
So it's quite frustrating because you need this new visa to work, to study. The university waits for that. Sometimes you can't have some stuff for your life, like a credit card or just rent an apartment. They want your passport with the paper, so sometimes it can just block your life when you are waiting. So I want to avoid that, and it's really frustrating when you leave that because it's not your, that it's not your fault, but you have to deal with that. um, and also the worst part of my journey was for permanent residence. I waited for more than 2 years, and it was so long. And the government, the immigration ministry, they didn't communicate well. They didn't say, okay, we are just stopping to deliver permanent residency. They just said nothing, and we wait for almost a year without having no news. And we were like 50,000 people in my case at that time. It's just inhuman, like to make people wait for such a long time without giving any news. You can assume that there are problems. We can deal with that, but we were just in the let in the ignorance of what was happening.
mm.
So yeah.
So, Louise, that's a question. Send me directly in my message box. Okay. From Philippines, a fan asks, EU citizens, in many point of view, already got so many privileged. Why you still went for Canadians over stay as French?
I don't understand the question, sorry.
Okay, so it means that in many point of view, they tend to believe that to be EU citizens such as French or German, already got so many privilege, which mean advantage, okay, benefit, okay, already got many benefit, okay.
Hmm.
So why you still, decide to choose Canadian citizen instead of French, which is one of the biggest EU member.
So if I understand properly, you are asking me why I choose to be Canadian instead of French,
French?
but
Yes.
I am I am citizen of two of the
Yeah, I
two.
know, I know, I know. Okay, you hold. Okay, understand. So you now you hold dual citizen, is it?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
right. Okay. So okay, in Thailand and in Asia, that's quite not allowed to hold dual citizen. Okay.
Ah, okay. You have to choose between. Okay, I understand. Yeah, in Japan it's like this
Yeah.
too. Because I was born in Japan, I know that I would have to choose. So this is why I didn't
Okay,
decide
right.
to not be
Okay, I
Catholic.
tell the fan. So all the fans for French is quite different. Okay, from a lot of country in Asia that we probably tend um, to impose to choose just only one citizenship. Okay,
Mhm.
but Louise can hold dual citizenship. So now she's still French. Okay, and also she enjoy a full right as a Canadian as well. All right. So now I would love to know what is the biggest problem for immigration process at the moment.
At the moment, in Canada, it's because I don't know how to explain that, but it's the long delay. But the long delay is caused because there are too much applicants
Mm,
and not enough places per year. Like for example, we say in Canada we accept only 50,000 people per year, but if there are like 200,000 people that come every day, every year and apply, there are
mm,
too much applicants and too less places. So we
mm,
have to raise the places and the number people for people, and
mm,
also we have to provide enough resources to
mm,
the immigration ministry and the immigration service. They are the two issues we are facing and that we can fix. It's just a politic action to do.
mm. Right. Okay. Louis, I wonder. Normally, okay, for Canadian, okay, that for immigration, right? That you advocate. Hello.
Hello, yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Okay, is there's something about a signal delay. Louis, normally now, okay, according to your advocacy, okay, can you like differentiate for me that how many main reasons that people seek immigration. I mean, on what
Sorry.
grounds, such as they chose to immigrate for work, okay, or they
Yeah.
chose to like fresh away from violence or
Yeah.
political harassment in their home country, okay,
Hmm.
or they seek the better pay, the better life,
Hmm.
so I would love to know how many main reasons that you found from a lot of immigrant applications.
Hmm. So I can refer to my platform and
Yeah,
telling you like a summarize of the testimony I
yeah,
received. So mostly people come for study or for work directly with
mm,
their diploma from their home country.
mm,
They can also come, as you said, as asylum seekers or
mm,
refugee.
mm,
And also, there are people that come to join their family. So one people can come to work or to study, and
mm,
a couple months of or year after that, when they are permanent residents, the family join them, and they do some paperwork as family sponsorship. Yeah, the permanent resident sponsors his family to join him. So I think this is the main reason people come.
Right. So in Asia, for the few years, especially in Myanmar, okay, we all know that there's a sort of civil war, okay, in the country, and many prominent figure seek to free the country, okay, especially for the latest one. She's a beauty queen, a Myanmar beauty queen. Her name is Hanley. She going to move to Canada. I think she going to move very
Okay.
soon. Yep, that's right. And I would love to know about probably for someone is considered as a dissident, political dissident in their home country, and they feel unsafe in their home country, and like they apply, they apply to be like asylum seeker, or to immigrate to a new country, especially Canada. Okay, there's a lot of people would love to settle down in Canada, but it's very dangerous because of the long duration. Okay, a long time, as you said. And their life tend to be in danger. So I would love to know your idea. So if you've got a power, uh, if you can change anything, can you suggest any solution to make the process quicker? To help save, to help their life. Be in this, in the safer situation while waiting.
I know that a lot of people needs to wait in their home country to have the okay, you can come, and then they can come. So the one thing I would change is that once you apply, um, the I would like the immigration service like to give an answer really quickly. Not Do not make the the people wait for like a year or two when their life is threatened in their own country. Is just insane, you know, and it's against human rights. Sorry, and Canada is a country that defends human rights.
Mm,
And also, what I can say is that I heard many testimonies of people, for example, in Africa. So it didn't they didn't have a Canadian embassy in their country, so they need to go to another country to just do all the papers, etc. They came back to their home country and waited for almost a year, and then they received an answer, and the immigration service said, "Oh, a paper is missing. Please reapply," or something like that, and they just closed the file. So they had to reorganize a new trip to the other country, to go to the embassy and to apply again. And it was for sponsorship, as I said in the previous answer. And so the guy who was in Canada as a permanent resident, he had to finance all the trips and all the things to his family to join him. It's just crazy. He said it was in $1,000 that he lost in this application and process that just went like poorly. So yeah, if I could do one thing, is just reduce those delays, because it's completely insane, and it's insane for people, and it's insane also for Canada because we have a poor image.
okay, right. And what about I mean, there's some case, not some case. There are quite a lot of case in like the host country. Okay,
In
so
the host country, what do you say?
yes, I'm here. I'm here, Louis. Louis, I would love to know. It's heartbreaking. Okay, sometime that there would be some case that they they are deported. They were deported. Okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, according to your advocacy, so what kind of like in your part, what kind of support that you given to some people that prone to be deportation, and what ground that they experience that make the official see them unfit and they need to be deported.
Okay. I don't think someone should be deported as long as he reached the country. I think everyone could stay because once people can find a job and prove their value to the new country, uh, it's just insane to deport someone. It's just inhuman. And I have an example to give you. Like a couple months ago, I met an asylum seeker from Côte d'Ivoire, yes, Ivory Coast.
Mm,
And he was what we say a guardian angel during the pandemic. He worked in the hospital as a cleaner guy, and
mm,
so he fought against the virus for a long period of time, and the government still wanted to deport him because, as you said in your previous answer, he was a member of some forces in his home country when he was 20, but he didn't take the home and he didn't do the war, you know.
mm,
But it was still in his file, and
mm,
he didn't hide that. He was honest. But for that reason, the immigration service wanted
mm,
to close his case and just deported him. So I joined the movement to help him stay because he was a guardian angel. He proved his value. He has a job in Canada. He works for the society. And he fought against the virus. So I joined the movement. I met a deputy. I signed the petition. I shared the petition. I went to a manifestation to give him support. And finally, the day before his deportation, the Minister of Immigration decided to get what is the word in English? Decided to cancel, sorry, to cancel his deportation. But the fight is not over because he needs now his permanent residency, the permanent residency he deserves. So I met this guy, and I hope he will give me his testimony for my platform. I'm still waiting because he's really busy with all the attorneys and the paper he has to do. So I hope he can find the time to give me his testimony. But yeah, it's a real fact. And a guy before him from Algeria, I think I'm right. He was supposed to get deported 1 month before, and finally, with all the movements and the action of some federal deputies, they send letters to the Minister of Immigration. The Minister of Immigration decided the day of his deportation when the guy was at the airport waiting for his flight to go back to Algeria.
mm.
He received a phone call. Okay, you can stay in Canada. We cancel your deportation. It's just crazy.
Okay, Louis, I understand your point. Okay, because someone they might feel remorse very late in life. Okay, and because you're against all kind of deportation, I would love to know, okay, about your idea. If someone, okay, commit like rape, okay, uh-huh, and commit like murder in their home country, okay, but they already, work in the new country for a very long time, and they settle down very nicely and behave very well, okay, but then karma got him, okay, and like there would be um, some order from their previous country to get them arrested, sort of, that
Mhm.
they need to deport this guy to be like to serve the sentence, okay, in the home country. So what because I believe that you tend to believe the principle of giving someone second chance, okay. So what about in this case, would you still against deportation of this man, or
Mhm.
would you like them to serve, jail in the new country, like Canada, instead of sending back to their home country?
It's a tough question, but the difference between this question and the previous is like in this case, the home country asked for the deportation. It's not Canada. So I think that in this case, we just have to respect what the home country wants. Is that to put that person who commit a crime to put him in jail.
Mm,
So in that case, I think it's right that Canada cooperates
mm,
just to send back that person that is requested in his home country. It's different from the previous case where the Ivory Coast didn't request it for that people for that man. Um, that man, he belongs in Canada. Canada doesn't have the right, on my opinion, to deport him to a country that doesn't care if he comes back.
mm. So okay, Louis, in the world, okay, not everyone perceive immigrant in the positive light. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
They tend to look at them like the troublemaker, okay, in the new country. They would cause more environmental problem as well, okay, and also they tend to be exploited, okay,
Mhm.
by employer who might see um, um, some gap, okay, in the process. So according to your advocacy, what would you like to tell the world, especially the governing body, to make the situation for the inviting immigrant to be treated better or more equally?
I just want to say that immigrants are humans, like me, like you, like everyone else. So we don't have the right to treat human like us differently just because they come to another country. They
Mm,
deserve the same right as we do. uh, in Canada, it can exist that people with no paper can be like served, or they are not treated well because there is this situation. They don't have those papers, so the employer they use that situation to pay less those people. It can exist even in Canada, but it's not right. It's not fair, and I'm against that. We must respect every people, despite their citizenship, despite the fact that they don't come. They weren't born in the same country as we do. So yeah, I am for human rights, and I have the chance to work in Montreal with people that come from the Canada. They were born in Canada, but also from people, um, with people from Europe, from Africa, from South America, and I treat them equal as I am. Uh, I'm not like, oh no, you come to a bad country. No, it's not. It's not right. I treat people equally because I want to be treated equally.
So, Louis, wouldn't get like a proper knowledge on immigration or immigrant contribution to the society. So, I mean, they tend to think that the new country government need to subsidize for taking immigrants. So instead of they tend to they, instead of they're thinking that actually immigrants contribute a lot to the society, such as working, okay, to be like a big workforce. Because in a more developing country, people tend not to, to be a labor. Okay, so the lack of workforce. So how do you change their mind? What kind of message you would you like to say to someone who actually opposed the immigrant present in the society?
Okay. Firstly, I think that it depends the country. Like in Canada, I am deeply convinced that immigration is important because, as I said, the population is aging and we need young forces. We are in the middle of a labor shortage, and if we like just close the door to immigrants, the labor shortage will increase and we will lose our economy. So it's a question of life in Canada. For other country, I don't live in other country. I can't say for other country that I don't know the situation. But in Canada, it's important. And this is why I created my platform, Face of Immigrants, because through that, through people testimonies and story, I want really want people to understand that the immigration brings value. There is a value for the home country. They give their they give the work, they have diplomas, and even for asylum seekers. I have a testimony of a guy from Burundi, and now he works in Quebec City since 10 years. He's married. He's gonna be maybe he's gonna have kids someday. So he brings value to his home country now that he is a citizen of Canada. I really want to showcase the value immigration brings to her home country, and I really insist on the fact that when we speak about immigration, it's more than fine numbers. I don't like to speak with fine numbers because we are talking about humans. As Miss Face of Humanity, I want to showcase the humans, the stories, the testimony. I don't like to speak with fine numbers because when we speak about fine number, we just lost how much it represents, you know. So as a face, as a representation of humanity, I don't like to use the numbers, and I don't want the word immigration to be said negatively because it's something really positive. It's about people and humans.
Mm, right. Okay. So it's quite tense in the contest because there's a lot of lady who got interest in advocacy as well. Okay, as
Yeah.
like you. So Louise, if you got a mic on the stage of Miss Face of Humanity, okay, final. Um, what kind of message that you would like to say, and definitely it's going to make you win.
It really looks like the question, why should we choose you as Miss Face of Humanity? So I can imagine that I am answering that question. So why to choose me? I am someone who has fight against a lot of obstacles in my life. It started when I was really young. I was bullied at school, and then I fought through my immigration process. When I was in France, also, as I said, I didn't felt well and safe in that country, so I really choose to move and to immigrate to another country that helped me to become the woman I am today. So
Mm,
what I want to say, uh, if you choose me, you will just choose hope. You will choose someone that, despite this obstacle along the way, you will choose someone that stayed positive, that just pursue her dream, because it was my dream to be an ambassador of my country, but this dream was not accessible until I became a Canadian official status, because before I was not allowed to represent Canada on international stage. And in
mm,
France there are a lot of rules that are focused on the physical aspect, and I'm too small to
mm,
represent France, for example. So I'm against what we when we judge people on who they are and who they look like, you know. So if you choose me as Miss Face of Humanity Global, you will choose someone that is convinced that no matter your age, no matter what you look like, and no matter the immigration status you have in a country, nothing can provide us from realizing our dreams. And this is why my mantra in the Miss Face of Humanity website is it's never too late to realize our dreams, because choosing me is choosing hope. Together, we will finally show that no matter the obstacles, nothing should provide us from realizing our dreams.
mm. Okay, that's good. That's good. Very good indeed. Uh-huh. So, I just stand by some info of you. You actually compete at 29, are you?
I am 29. Yeah, it's my
Yes.
very first pageant slash global showcase. Because before, as I said, my immigration status didn't allow me to represent Canada internationally. And also, when I was in France, the rules were too restrictive for someone like me, because I was too small and then I was too old. Because a lot of pageants in France, you can participate if you are under 24, 25,
Mm,
not after. And so this is why when I was doing my immigration process, I thought, oh no, this pageant, I can't do it now. This pageant, I'm too old, I'm too old, I'm too old. And I was really, really glad to find the Miss Face of Humanity Global Showcase, because we are allowed to participate to 30 years. And I think that it's a good age, because during all our 20s, we can just experience life. And when we are ready, we can apply when we are ready. So me, I didn't have the choice, but I'm really glad, because when the Miss Face of Humanity showcase will happen, I will meet my sisters, and they are between 20 and 30, and I will meet all the different profiles. It's amazing, just to give the chance to every woman to participate, and do not like segregate people between like 20 and 24. I don't think that is right to think that if you pass 25, you're not enough good, or you're too old to represent your country, your region. Why? uh, it's not fair. Because in my own experience, it was after 25 that I finally start to work, and to understand really who I am, and to know what I wanted to do. Before 25, I think that I was just too young, not enough experience to participate in such a pageant or for other opportunities. And now I am convinced that I'm really, really ready because I have all my experience, my immigration process. All those obstacles, they are good for my stories, but they also prepared me for such an experience like that.
And Louis, okay, I just give some. Would like to ask you just couple of question before we end.
Mhm.
A lot of passion enthusiasts very surprised that French is probably the stronghold, okay, of pageant in Europe, okay. And I would love to know how I mean how passionate are French, okay, for pageantry. How passionate they are.
Um, I would say that the Miss France pageant is really popular in France, but not the other pageant like Miss Grand France or Miss International France or Miss Supranational France. They are just not seen against that big pageant, which is Miss France, that send contestants to Miss World and to Miss Universe every year. And to apply for Miss France, the rules are really, really restrictive. So this is why someone like me couldn't do it. And it created something really bad in me. Like for a long time, I thought that I was not pretty or not valuable because I was too small. But it's not true. I understand that now. It's those rules that are stupid. But when you are younger, you can still think that you're not enough because the I think I'm convinced that pageants needs to represent every woman and the
Mm,
society in general. But if you put rules that are too restrictive, you can't represent everyone. You know. So pa- in France, pageants are popular, but only the Miss France pageant, not the other. They are not even known and popular because we in France we don't watch Miss Supranational, Miss Grand International, Miss International. They are not shown in TV. We only they are only live casted Miss Universe or Miss World.
right. Okay. So, Louis, I would love to know, okay, if you're going to be a pageant organizer one day, okay, uh, what kind of standard of beauty are you going to set for your pageantry?
I think that the Miss Face of Humanity Global Showcase is the one I should have created if it shouldn't exist. Because I'm convinced that the way they choose to represent women is the good way. Because we are not judged on our outer beauty, we are judged uh, with our inner beauty, what we stand for, our advocacies, and what we want to do, how we present ourselves, and we represent the world and humanity. And I think it's right, and this is why I'm so proud to be Miss Face of Humanity Canada and hopefully Miss Face of Humanity Global. So I think if it wouldn't have existed, I would have created myself to answer
I
your
think
question.
you got a very beautiful mind indeed, Louis. And I would love to know one thing, okay? Recently in Thailand, okay, in Thailand pageant, they select one lady who got autism, okay, to be qualified, okay, in top 50. And I would love to know if one day you're going to head the pageant organization, would you be daring to select one with you know some disorder, like to be a winner?
If I want to select someone with a disorder, what kind
Such
of
as, yeah,
disorder?
Yeah, such as someone with autism. Okay, autism.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
to
okay.
be a
Oh,
winner.
okay, okay. You know what? My own cousin, she has a disorder, and I really love her. Like, I am one of her favorite cousin, because I treat her as a human, as a human without her disorder, and I think this is how we have to see those people, not as disorder people, but just as people. And I don't see any problem at all, because a pageant, as I said before, we have to represent everybody, every human on earth. And if someday someone with disorder can be a beauty queen, and just like me, I am realizing my dream, she can realize her dream. So we don't. It's not fair to avoid people to realize their dream. Everyone can realize his dream, and if it's become a beauty pageant, just go for it. We don't have to withdraw that from people.
Okay, mind you, if I just translate just 1 minute, okay, before we go, alright คืออย่างนี้นะคะแฟนๆคุณหลุยส์เนี่ยน่ารักมากๆนะครับคุณหลุยส์เนี่ยเป็นชาวฝรั่งเศสนะครับแต่ว่าก็คือว่าขอ citizenship เป็นแคนาเดียนนะครับเรียบร้อยเมื่อประมาณ6 เดือนที่แล้วนะครับและ advocacy ก็คือ immigration right นะครับก็คือสนับสนุนให้immigration เนี่ยได้รับสิทธิเท่าเทียมเนาะได้รับการปฏิบัติที่ดีขึ้นคราวนี้เนี่ยก็ถามเยอะแยะเนาะคราวนี้เนี่ยคุณหลุยส์ point ที่สำคัญคือคุณหลุยส์เนี่ยก็คือต่อต้านเรื่องการส่งกลับ deportation นะครับถ้าสมมุติว่าได้เข้าระบบของการเป็น citizenship ของแคนาดาแล้วเนี่ยคุณหลุยส์ต่อต้านว่าจะให้แคนาดาเนี่ยเหมือนกับว่ามาคัดออกอีกทีนึงนึกออกไหมครับก็คือว่าเขาบอกไม่ก็คือรับแล้วก็รับก็ควรจะแก้ไขไปแต่ในกรณีที่สมมุติเกิดมีหมายเรียกในคดีที่สมมุติคนนั้นเนี่ยไปตั้งรกรากใหม่แล้วในแคนาดาแต่ว่าเขาเคยทำคดีหนักๆในสมมุติในบ้านเกิดไม่ว่าจะเป็นข่มขืนหรือว่าฆาตกรรมอะไรพวกนี้นะครับคุณหลุยบอกว่าคุณก็คนนั้นควรจะถูกตัวส่งถูกส่งกลับตามหมายเรียกของประเทศต้นทางคือประเทศเดิมของเขาเพื่อไปรับโทษอันนี้คือจุดยืนของคุณหลุยส์นะคะคราวนี้คุณหลุยส์เนี่ยก็เลยถามว่าฝรั่งเศสเนี่ยเป็นเมืองที่ชอบนางงามนะจริงไหมคุณหลุยบอกใช่การประกวดนางงามเนี่ยคือเป็นอะไรที่โด่งดังมากๆนะคนชอบแต่ถามว่าถ้านอกเหนือทั่วๆไปความนิยมคือคนก็ไม่ได้อะไรนางงามนะแต่หมายถึงว่าถ้าในแวดวงนางงามชอบนางงามถามว่าใช่ไหมเป็นอะไรที่ใหญ่ไหมก็ใช่นะแล้วคราวนี้คุณหลุยส์ก็บอกว่าก็ถามนิดนึงว่าเพราะแกสนับสนุนเรื่อง beauty standard เนาะแกบอกว่าคุณหลุยเนี่ยมองว่าผู้หญิงทุกคนควรได้รับสิทธิที่จะแสดงออกนะในการประกวดนะครับอายุเนี่ยคุณหลุย29คุณหลุยบอก24 25ฉันยังเพิ่งเรียนเสร็จฉันอะไรเพิ่งยังนิวอยู่เลยอ่ะมันยังไม่ได้พร้อมประกวดใช่ไหมตอนนี้เขาพร้อม29ไปประกวดที่ก็อายุเกินที่ฝรั่งเศสตัวเล็กไปที่ฝรั่งเศสนะคะมาตรฐานไม่ได้นะคะพอมาแคนาดาเนี่ยอย่าง Miss Face of Humanity เนี่ยคือเขามองที่หัวใจเขามองที่นั้นเขาสนับสนุนคราวนี้ก็ได้ถามนะคะว่าเนี่ยล่าสุดเนี่ยของเมืองไทยนะมีการประกวดอันนึงที่เลือกผู้เข้าประกวดเป็นออทิสติกนะคะเข้ารอบท็อป50ก็ถามว่าถ้าคุณหลุยเนี่ยเป็นผู้จัดการประกวดนะของคุณหลุยเองเนี่ยคุณหลุยกล้าไหมที่จะเลือกคนที่มีอาการนะครับทางอาจจะเป็นทางร่างกายหรือทางอะไรก็ตามนะครับที่อาจจะแตกต่างจากคนทั่วไปนะคะกล้าเลือกไหมที่จะเป็นผู้ชนะก็คือก็เลยย้ำเลยว่าหมายถึงว่ากล้าที่จะเลือกไหมว่าเลือกคนที่เป็นออทิสติกเนี่ยเป็นผู้ชนะนะครับคุณหลุยก็เลยบอกว่ากล้าสิคือถ้าเขาดีพอเขาพร้อม คือแบบว่าการตอบโต้และจิตใจเขาดีเขาพร้อมทุกอย่างคุณหลุยก็ยินดีคุณหลุยไม่มายเพราะฉะนั้นคุณหลุยสนับสนุนนะคะอย่างเช่นน้องเฟิร์นที่เข้ารอบท็อป50ของมิสไทยแลนด์นะครับล่าสุดนะครับก็ขอแสดงความยินดีนะครับคุณหลุยส์มิสโกะนะก็สนับสนุนนะครับ Louise, I just translate your message in Thai that you support a lady, okay, a contestant with autism, okay. Her name is Fern. She got selected to be in top 50 in Miss Thailand 2022. I said that according to your statement, you support her, okay. She will be
Yeah.
glad. she will be glad that you support her entry. All right. And from Filipino, and Filipino said that Filipino are working and living abroad a lot throughout the world. And do you know that, Louis? Do you have Filipino
Yeah,
friends?
I know that. Yeah, I know that. And my esthetician is from Philippines.
Yes. Okay. Right. Would you mind to say hi to my Filipino fans, please?
Yeah, hi, Mabuhay.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. And also, a lot of fans support your advocacy and really love your statement indeed. Okay. Would you mind to say hi to Thai fans, Indonesian fans, and many fans of my program, please?
Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you so much for watching me. I'm like really emotional that all of you are like supporting me. I've listened all my statements. Thank you very much. So hi Indonesia, hi Thailand, hi the world and humanity.
Okay, right. Lastly, before we going, would you mind to promote my program, okay, to your fans worldwide, okay, to follow my page, please?
Yeah. Yes. Follow, 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 and follow. Your content is amazing. I scrolled a bit since a couple of days, and I learned so many things about a lot of amazing women. And I'm sure that you will interview a lot of interesting humans after me as well.
Right, right, indeed. Okay, so might you take just one question, okay, from Filipino fans? Might you?
Yeah.
Okay, they say that there are many, especially Filipinos, want to work abroad, and they expect to be treated equally, okay, as native. How would you suggest them, Filipinos, to follow their dreams?
Yeah. I'm not sure to understand properly the question, but as I said in previous answers, um, I encourage everyone to follow their dream. If I was able to fulfill my dreams beyond all the obstacles I had, I think that nothing provide you guys, you the person who has questioned, nothing provide you to realize your dream. If I was capable of doing it, it was not easy in my life. It took me 29 years to become a beauty queen. This is what I wanted since I was young, and after 29 years, I finally realized it. So I think that nothing is impossible. If you have a dream, you just have to follow it, and beyond all the obstacles, just keep in mind your objective, and I'm sure you will get to this.
Okay, right. Thank you indeed, Louis, Misako, for visiting my program, and I wish that your advocacy will be pronounced very wide, okay, in the world. Okay, so all the fans of mine and all the fans of Miss Face of Humanity Canada and Miss Face of Humanity organization, please follow Louis Misako, Miss Face of Humanity Canada 2021 Journey to the Crown of Miss Face of Humanity in Toronto, okay, on the 22
Yes,
of
I'm the
April.
host delegate. I'm so happy. I can't wait to welcome all my sisters, and I'm so happy. Yesterday and the day before, just new sister were announced. So I will have more and more sisters. I just I just can't wait to welcome them in Canada. I love you
Right.
all.
Yes, that's nice indeed. So please, all the fans, follow Louis' journey at her IG, okay? At SI Louis underscore RCCX, okay? You will see that she worked really hard on her advocacy and she worked really hard for immigrant, okay? Right. And I really admire, okay, what she
Mhm.
dedicated to the society, especially to the immigrant in Canada. All right. So thank you indeed, Louis, again to visit my program. All right. So all the fans, please follow Louise Misako again, and also follow me, admin co of KP1 Worldwide for the next session. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Salamat po. Okay. Terima kasih banyak. Okay. Bye bye. Merci beaucoup.
Bye bye.
Bye
Merci.
bye.
ขอบ
ส
คุณ
วัสดี
ค่
ครับขอบคุณ
ะ
ครับ